Hello and welcome to our Energy Connect studio at Gastech 2023. I'm thrilled to have sitting next to me John McDonald, President, COO at ABS. Thank you so much for joining me, John.
Yeah, very good to be here. Thank you.
Now, ABS is showcasing a lot of innovation here at Gastech. Could you just tell the audience a bit more about what you're showing, some of the highlights?
Yeah, sure. So we have our entire team here coming in from different places around the world that are supporting the gas industry. We have a global gas team that's very active with clients, shipyards, designers across the shipbuilding industry, and no better place than here in Singapore to be here with clients and the whole industry as a whole for Gastech. Some areas that we're focused on with our global team really is around some of the new innovations and technologies that are being looked at, not only in the gas side, but in the carbon capture side, the vessels themselves, coming off the vessels, and really looking at that whole value chain in the gas sector. So some very interesting JDPs that we signed this week. Hudong has now come out with a new LNG carrier design that'll most likely serve both from the U.S. and from kind of global trade from the Middle East as well. Very, very interesting design, and something that it'll actually increase the capacity of one LNG carrier by 56%. So this is pretty exciting for us, and a big shift in the design that's been pretty standard at that 174 size for many years.
Very interesting, John. And now I want to touch back on some of the technologies you mentioned there, and focus a bit more on carbon capture, which is going to be critical to achieve net zero. How is ABS involved in supporting the development of carbon capture?
Carbon capture is just, it's absolutely critical to really this whole green transition that we're looking at. When you talk about carbon capture, it's not just on the vessel itself, but it's also coming off the vessel. It's dealing with that whole infrastructure going from capturing the carbon, storage, and then possibly transportation on an LCO2 carrier, which we're looking at. We're doing some very unique design approvals today with some clients and shipyards, and then potentially the injection going back into the ground. So this is actually land-based and then offshore. We're signing a JDP with Boomi this week that's looking at a platform where that LCO2 carrier will come on alongside, discharge the CO2, and inject it into the ground into deserted wells. So very, very interesting, cutting-edge technology that ABS is very much involved in.
That's interesting. Yeah. And I assume you see opportunities in carbon capture in the market.
Absolutely. Yeah. So today, when you talk about carbon capture units, there's somewhere in the round range of about 30 different systems that we're looking at. This serves everything from VLCCs to LNG carriers, all through the chain of both the gas trade and tankers, bulk carriers. They're looking at it. So there really isn't a market segment that's not touching carbon capture at this time.
Absolutely, John. And LCO2 carriers are important components of the carbon value chain. What developments are you seeing around them?
So what we're starting to see is size. So today we have somewhere in the 20,000, 30,000 size range. And this is kind of for these regional trades where they'll be coming from kind of small areas, industrial areas, and bringing it to maybe a larger area where they'll do injection or use in the chemical manufacturing sector. We're seeing more innovative designs, larger sizes, and something that we're going to start seeing some orders coming. Right now, there's a few orders that are being placed in Korea and in China that are for specific discharge of LCO2. And I think we'll start seeing that grow. So it's more of a global trade versus just a regional kind of sector.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, before we go, during Gastech, ABS announced a new electrification center to be here in Singapore.
That's right. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me a bit of the thinking behind it and what will it do?
So the electrification is something that really it goes hand in hand with the whole green transition. You're looking at batteries, solid oxide fuel cells they're going to be driving a lot of the reduction in that overall greenhouse gas emissions. And it plays into both not only the vessels themselves, but in the ports and terminals that we're looking at, and really that entire kind of decarbonization factor from the vessel transit and the discharge side, where electrification really is going to start in early stages until that technology readiness gets where you can bring it onto a larger scale to smaller vessels. So we're seeing it and Singapore is actually very much involved with mandating electric tugs and some of the smaller support vessels in and around Singapore. So what a better place for us to kind of start our electrification kind of journey and supporting the industry than here in Singapore.
Absolutely. Well, that's fascinating to hear how that goes. Appreciate you giving me your time today, John.
Yeah, it was very nice to see you. Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone for watching, and I look forward to bringing you more studio interviews from the show floor in the coming days.